Hi, my name is Bailey Wright, District 1 4-H Specialist, and we're going to do a quick training over the consumer decision making contest. Before we get started, the PowerPoint presentation was actually made by Gary Branham of District 7, so we want to thank them for allowing us to use this PowerPoint. And as we go through it, you might see some of Gary's humor, so hopefully it'll provide a little comic relief. Okay, what is the consumer decision making contest? This is technically considered a judging contest. So you will be judging 4 different products in a class and ranking those products, placing them, if you will. So what you'll gain from competing in this contest is you'll learn how to become a smart shopper. You'll be able to identify needs versus wants, list attributes, and know how to narrow the field down when you're a consumer looking to purchase a product. So let's talk about the contest at our District 1 level. So the contestants will be using a SCANTRON, a universal form A, which we'll take a look at that here in just a minute, but we will provide these at the contest. Contestants will need to bring at least 2 number 2 pencils and a clipboard. Teams will consist of 3 to 4 members. Those teams that have a 4th member, your low score will be a drop score for your overall team score. An unlimited number of teams and individuals from each county is allowed. So if you can't find a team of 3, you can certainly still compete as an individual. All of the judging contests in D1, we will give team awards as well as individual awards. Contestants will have 7 minutes to place each class. We will have 6 placing classes. Junior participants will not give oral reasons. Intermediates will give oral reasons over 1 class, and you may use note cards. Note cards will be allowed, but we'll talk a little bit later about oral reasons and the benefits of not using note cards. Seniors will give oral reasons over 2 classes, and note cards will not be allowed in the reasons room whatsoever. Contestants will be allowed 2 minutes to give each set of reasons. Reasons classes will be announced during the contest orientation. So that afternoon, right before we start CDM, when we're doing orientation, you'll find out which classes you'll be talking reasons over. The only thing you'll be allowed to bring in to the judging area would be your clipboard, your pencil, SCANTRON we're going to give you, and some blank paper to take some notes. We in District 1 do announce the placing classes ahead of time. So here's the 5 classes that we have selected: headphones, tablets, fitness trackers, wireless portable speakers, outdoor equipment, and then there will be a mystery class. Those are the classes that all 3 age groups, juniors, intermediates, and seniors, will judge. Those classes may be altered towards each age group just to be a little more age appropriate. But now you know your classes. And of course, that mystery class you won't know until you walk up to the table and you see the products. Okay, so what are things to consider if you're competing and judging in the consumer decision-making contest? There is a scenario, so you're going to take your scenario into consideration, the cost of the product features, of course, the things that you're going to learn from the CDM study guide, the quality of the products, needs versus extras or just wants, and of course, warranties are other things to consider. So this is a fun exercise that I can everyone's mind in a CDM mindset and get us focused on what we need to be doing any of these little comparison charts between 2 products. Here we have pen and pencil. Over here we have things that only the pen can do or provide for us, things that only the pencil can do and provide for us, and then things that both of them can do. So identify your need. Is your only need that you need something that you can write with? Great, then a pen or a pencil would work. Do you have to have something that you can erase? Great, pencil's your go-to. Or do you have to have something that's permanent? Then pen would be your go-to. But I think these little Venn diagrams are a great exercise to get anyone started. Okay, let's look at some example scenarios. So each class will have a short scenario very similar to this. So this scenario says, Edward and Bella are going camping, hiking, and swimming for a week this summer in Colorado. Edward has very sensitive skin. Help them find the best sunscreen for their trip. So what do? Once you're going to be given a scenario, but how do you use that scenario? Let's talk about how you dissect a scenario. You can figure out what this person is looking for in a product from the scenario. So let's dissect and do some keywords. They're going camping, so we know it's going to be active, it's going to be outdoors. Hiking, also active, outdoors. And swimming. Swimming means there's water involved. Week, so we know this needs to last them for a week in the summer. Edward has very sensitive skin, so we're going to want it paraben free. Help them find the best sunscreen for their trip. So yeah, this is what we identified by dissecting the scenario and highlighting or underlining some of those keywords. It tells us it needs to be paraben free for the sensitive skin, needs to be waterproof, they're going to be swimming, they're going to be outdoors all day, so it needs an SPF of 30, and we need enough to last us for a week. So that's how you dissect a scenario. Let's try some more things. Okay, our next scenario. Rambo is opening a gym so people can get into shape like him. He knows that staying hydrated is one of the most important things to do when working out. So he wants to make sure water is convenient and available at all times. What water should Rambo use? So I think this is a great time to practice. What would some of the key words when we dissect the scenario be? To let us know what we're looking for Rambo in terms of this water he needs. So obviously hydrated, we're looking for water. One of the most important things to do when working out, so we know that he wants to make sure water is convenient and available at all times. It doesn't give us much of a price point here. A little bit less telling of a scenario, but I still think convenient and available at all times are good keywords there. So if these were Rambo's options, and this is the breakout of the products and the information that they're going to give us. They're not giving us a ton of information other than bottle size and the cost, and this one comes in a case. So what you would want to do here is use one of the calculators, do some basic math, and see what you're getting the best bang for your dollar. Okay, let's talk about note taking. There's several different ways for contestants to take notes in consumer decision making. Here's just one pretty simple, pretty basic outline of note taking that I think could be very useful. And we'll look at some more different ways later too. But let's just keep this in mind for now and put it to action. Okay, next example. Jason wants to buy gift cards for his little sister's birthday. His sister loves music and books, so we know we're looking for that. Highlight that. That's a key word. She likes to buy these items online sometimes because they live out of town, so it would be best if she could purchase them online. Jason would like to reload, another keyword, the gift card each year to give to her for her birthday. Please help them find the best card. Okay, so here we go. Target card gives us some facts about the Target card there. Gives us some facts about the Books a Million. Here's some about the Pizza Hut, Barnes and Noble. So if we were going to take notes on this class, here's what they might look like. All right, our class was gift cards. The person buying was Jason. So let's just go down. First price, they did not tell us a price limit, so we'll leave that row blank. Need number 1, we highlighted, it's one of our keywords. Music and books. Did Target allow for her to buy music and books? Yes, so did Books a Million. Pizza Hut did not, so did Barnes and Noble. The second need was sometimes it's easier for her to buy online since they live out of town. Target did not have an online purchasing option. Books A Million did. Pizza Hut did not. Barnes and Noble did not. Reloadable, Target was. Books A Million was. Pizza Hut was not. Barnes and Noble was. Any additional fees that we saw? Just from looking at those charts, you can add a couple more needs depending on what information they give you. Target was the only one who did have a $2.99 activation fee. Expiration date, Pizza Hut did expire after 1 month. So what are the easy things to do here? To me, the easy things to do is to see that Books A Million checked all the boxes of what we needed and didn't have an extra fee or an expiration. And it's the only one that checked all the boxes of our needs. So that's an easy place to put 2 first in your placing. Books A Million card would be the best option for him to purchase. To me, the next easiest thing to do is look and see Pizza Hut fit none of our needs. There was nothing that wanted Pizza Hut offered. So that would be the worst option for Jason to buy to give. So we're going to go ahead and put that in last. And then it comes down to our middle pair between 4 and 1. So let's compare. They both have music and books, which is what she wanted. So that's a check. Neither one of them were you able to buy items online. They were both reloadable. Target had a fee, Barnes and Noble didn't. Neither one had an expiration. So Target had one more strike against it than Barnes and Noble did. So let's go ahead and put Barnes and Noble in second and Target in third. So that's a way that you would use your note-taking format, a format like this to help you come to your placing. Here's just an example of that universal Form A SCANTRON. This is where the kids would really be focused on bubbling in their classes. So class 1, what did we just place this? Let's pretend this is class 1, 2, 4, 1, 3. So here in this column on class 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, we would bubble in that bubble right there. It's just good to make sure you're using some SCANTRONs in practice. Make sure we understand the bubbling process and get some practice in to try and eliminate any mistakes when it comes contest time. Okay, the second part of this contest, first part is your 6 placing classes. The second part for intermediates and seniors is oral reasons. What are oral reasons? It's basically defending your decision. You're telling someone why you placed that class the way you did. So there's a pretty general outline. It's a universal outline for oral reasons. And if you stick to this outline, you'll get more points based off of your reasons, a better score. They'll be easier to follow and easier to write. So let's just look at an example set of reasons. Okay, let's pretend we were going to place this pencil class and give a set of oral reasons on it. So everyone look at this pencil class and decide how you would want to place it, and then we'll see what someone else placed. Maybe even take some notes on this pencil class. Okay, so they have it great. They put, this is just an example so people can see how a oral reasons class comes together. Here's our outline here. Opening statement, I place this class of pencils 3, 2, 1, 4. So that stays pretty much the same no matter what you're talking about. I place this class of backpacks. I place this class of sleeping bags, whatever it is, and then you do your placing. So you say 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1. General statement, I found this class of pencils to be easy to judge with a definite top and definite bottom. I considered the length of pencil and eraser and sharpness of the point when placing the class. So that might change it up a little bit. You might say, I found this class to be a close class of backpacks to judge with a definite top pair and a definite bottom pair, whatever it might be. Reasons for placing the first pair, reasons for placing the second pair that way. So we consider this the first pair, 3 and 2 were the first pair, 2 and 4 were the middle pair, and 4 and 1 were the bottom pair. So you talk first pair, second pair, give us some grants, third pair, grants, then bottom pair. Conclusion. Therefore, I place this class of pencils 3, 2, 4, 1. Always say thank you at the end of your reasons. Okay, so that was a quick overview. The reason I made this PowerPoint, I want it to be short and sweet, is because I think Texas 4-H has some really great resources for the consumer decision-making project. Honestly, I think this is one of the easiest projects if you're wanting to be a project leader to take it and run with it, because the resources online are so great. So I'm just going to show y'all where you can find those. So you go to Texas 4-H, go under projects, consumer education, and there's all these awesome resources. One that I like a lot is a consumer education explore guide. I think this would be really great for getting those first time consumer teams put together, maybe using your first 2 practices or meetings. I think you could use this even with a consumer education group that isn't necessarily so contest driven project. There's a lot of great resources in here. One, I wanted to start at one of the back pages just to show y'all. It's a note taking for oral reasons. If you've ever judged livestock, this format probably looks pretty similar to you. So they're talking about 1/2 being first place, second place, first place. So that's a really great way to take your notes and get them in that format when you get ready to talk your reasons. But there's more example classes in here. You learn some terminology in here, some just really great ideas. Okay, let's see. There's a few other resources I wanted to make sure I point out to you. Okay, let's go under contests. Judging contests and general rules and guidelines. That's great, especially for those teams that advance on a state, just to make sure you're up to speed on all rules and guidelines. Might as well look through that. Okay, categories for the consumer education contest. This is a big resource that you're going to use if you plan on competing at district. So it's right here. It lists all the categories for this year. So you can see those 5 that we announced came out of this list, and our mystery class will come out of this list too. So you for sure know the 5 you have to study, and then you need to study the other ones too, because it might be a mystery class. So each category has some information here where you can learn about that product and how you're gonna, what you're gonna put emphasis on and how you're gonna place those classes. There's some terminology I think that's really important in here too. Okay, so there was that one. A couple more I wanted to point out. There's old classes on here that are great for practices or to give you ideas how to write consumer classes, how to place and scoring. It's figuring out the scoring, because there's things called cuts. So there's pair cut, middle pair cut, bottom pair cut. That explains that really well there. Consumer decision-making Jeopardy. I think this would probably not as great of a resource to use for practices, but if you're trying to promote the consumer decision-making contest or project area, that'd be a great PowerPoint to use for promotion and maybe some recruitment to that project. Lesson plans here to download, more tools for cuts and scoring classes, and the study guide here, as well as that worksheet that we saw a while ago for helping you get your notes taken down and helping you place the class. This is a great resource. This presenting oral reasons, that's a great resource there too. Of course, your agents, most of them have really extensive knowledge in the consumer decision contest. It's one of our more traditional contest that continues to grow and be innovative. So I think it's a great way to get involved. This was just a short training. I know it was fast and furious, but just wanted to get a little information out there about consumer decision making and show y'all some of the awesome resources that we have available for those project leaders. If anyone has any questions about District 1 consumer decision making, please contact your local county extension agent. Thanks. Have a great day.